Hi, this is John Foley with Information Week. Startup City is in Austin, Texas, meeting with local startup companies. We're here at the headquarters of Austin Ventures, and I met with one of their portfolio companies, ClickForensics. Paul Pellman is the CEO of ClickForensics, and I asked him about high-quality web traffic versus low-quality web traffic and how they separate those. Here's what he had to say.
Well, on the web, it's pretty simple. High-quality traffic is traffic that has a high propensity to convert. It doesn't matter what type of traffic you're buying. At the end of the day, in online media, it either converts and you can track it, or it doesn't convert. So that's what really makes the online space unique. You have a very definitive return that you can calculate. So good quality traffic is traffic that an advertiser buys, and that audience does something, which means they click on an ad, and then they convert into a customer or into a registrant or whatever it is that the advertiser is trying to accomplish.
But Paul, you've got to separate the wheat from the chaff. You've got to also deal with the issue of low quality traffic and click fraud. How do you do that?
Well, sure. There's a full spectrum of traffic quality, right? To the highest quality propensity to convert to the lowest quality traffic. And that can be a bunch of different things. There's certain aspects of low quality traffic that just may be a mismatch. It's the wrong kind of visitor. So it's someone looking at a website and there are ads next to that content that are completely irrelevant to that visitor, and therefore that's low quality for the advertiser. But then there's more nefarious forms of click quality and traffic quality, and that's traffic where someone is trying to scam the system to a certain extent, especially with cost per click ads, where they are putting ads on a site they may own or have control of, and then through other means have clicks happen on that site and get paid for that, and the advertiser really ends up footing the bill for that.
I understand that botnets are a growing problem when it comes to click fraud. Why is that? What's going on there?
So a little history. When you had click fraud, just like you had phishing sites and internet security issues, facts are click fraud is a profitable enterprise, and people make a lot. There are certain bad characters out there that make a lot of money doing it, and they're going to do everything they can to protect that business. And so that means they're going to constantly try to stay a step ahead of efforts to find it. And botnets are a natural extension of that. So instead of just having people in different parts of the world manually clicking on ads, it gets to the point where they start harnessing technology to do that for them. So botnets are just an insidious form of, an insidious way of perpetrating click fraud. And typically what happens is they will people will unknowingly download a little piece of software, spyware, onto their personal computer, and behind the scenes, that botnet that's been downloaded is clicking on ads for someone else's benefit. And those are very tough to find because they're all over the world as people download these things unsuspectingly onto their computers. Mm-hmm. So it's just an example of how the art or the science of click fraud is getting more and more complicated because these perpetrators out there are trying to maintain and grow the fraudulent revenue they're earning at the expense of advertisers.
All right. Now, you have some way of monitoring and tracking click fraud?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do. So we started a number of years ago really through an advertiser focus of the online media space does not have the same level of standards that you have in the offline space. It's all about ensuring that advertisers get what they pay for, that they're getting the quality traffic that they think they're getting. And so as we started digging into it, we started seeing anomalous behavior happening in certain cost per click campaigns of certain clients and certain advertisers. We started reporting on those trends to really quantify the size of the problem. We started and turned that into more of a service where we help advertisers proactively identify sources of poor quality traffic. And they use that insight to change their campaigns with Google, Yahoo, and other cost per click advertiser providers so they avoid bidding on that poor traffic quality to begin with. And then if they happen to bid on the traffic after the fact, we provide the capability to submit all the detailed evidence report back to the search engines so they can request a refund.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about who some of your customers are and how they use your service.
Our customers span the entire online media space. So it starts first and foremost with advertisers. So large advertisers spending significant money on cost per click advertising. But it doesn't end there. The technology and the capabilities we've built, these detailed heuristics and data mining capabilities to uncover this click fraud, we take that same capability and we leverage that with ad networks and publishers. Frankly, the really good ad networks and publishers out there realize that by providing better quality traffic to advertisers, they will be able to differentiate themselves from other publishers and ad networks and get more money from advertisers. So we find that we're actually working as well with ad networks and publishers to help them improve the traffic quality that they provide to advertisers as a way for them to increase their success with them.
Paul, ClickForensics has begun to branch into some new areas like trademark tracking. Who needs a service like that?
Any brand that has a significant presence, frankly, trademark infringement is when, again, certain fraudsters or folks in the space try to leverage a company's brand that they spend millions of dollars to build up the brand equity and brand name of. They try to find websites that they can create that leverage those brands within the URL and then put ads around that typically just drive that traffic straight to that company and get paid for that. We typically find, and our clients find, that that's traffic they should get anyway, and all the search providers have policies around turning those sites off. It's just that it happens at such a high frequency that most advertisers don't have the ability to find those sites and find those sources of traffic infringement, and that's what we provide. We provide evidence of the sites, not only the sites that are infringing on a client's trademarks, but also the extent and how much it's costing the advertiser. And they can provide that insight back to the search engines to get those sites turned off.
Mm-hmm. And what's next for ClickForensics? Where do you guys go from here?
We're continuing to work with our clients to uncover new opportunities to help them improve their overall traffic quality. That's across the full spectrum of the online media space. So again, not just for advertisers, but also for ad networks and publishers. It's a big world out there. It's a big industry, and there's lots of opportunities for us to continue to extend that and who we provide benefits for.
Paul Pellman with ClickForensics, thanks for joining us at Startup City.
Thank you.